Hello, hello. Yes. Ah, boy. Ooh, my hair. Mm, not looking great today. Oh, jeez. Alrighty. And then this light here needs to go a little that way. Right. And then I think we are good. Is that true? I think we are. Uh, and for some reason, my stream deck is not working today, which is kind of annoying. How can I fix that right now? Give me 1 second. I will be right back. Okay, hello, hello. Okay, so wait, is this working? Oh, it is working. Great. Okay, fine. All right. Sorry about that. I had problems with OBS. No, I had problems, yes, with OBS, but I think we're good now. So let's get started. Hello, hello, hello. This is Jose Luis here at Parametric Camp. Welcome. If you are new to the channel, we do live streams here and then, mostly every Friday. Not always, unfortunately. I need to get better at that. And we just go live. We do nerdy things with code and design and art. We record tutorials and then we publish them a bit more refined over the course of the following weeks. If you want to follow us, we have social media. We're particularly active on a Discord server that we have here. The link to the Discord server is on the description of this video. And if you want to know when do we go live, it's mostly every Friday 9 or 10 a.m. Boston time, which is where I live. And but you can subscribe to this Google Calendar that we have on the in the description of this video as well to be notified of when do we go live. Also, you can click the notification button in the channel and then you will have like a pop-up on your phone like, hey, we're going live, etc., etc. All right, beautiful. So um, as we said a couple of weeks ago, last time we streamed, I want to get back into the game. So I am committed to trying to get to stream every week again. I already discussed that I've had a bunch of personal changes in my life, which is making this a bit harder. My bandwidth is very reduced these days, but hopefully it's gonna get better as soon as I get things streamlined. And as I also discussed last time we streamed, I am thinking of what is the big project that I would like to tackle here in the channel. And by big project, I mean what is the big project? I mean, what is it going to be? Because you know that in the channel we do these playlists, or my playlist is basically a collection of videos that are building incrementally on top of each other, and they're like a small course or like a small seminar, if you will, on a particular topic. We have a playlist on Intro to Parametric Modeling with Grasshopper. We have a playlist which is Advanced Development in C Sharp with Grasshopper. We have a C Sharp playlist. We have a bunch of stuff. So I am still thinking of what is the next big project that I would like to tackle. Full disclosure, I am 80% certain it's going to be web-based. I just don't know if it's going to be, let's just learn JavaScript, or let's do P5.js, or let's do something. Because as I also shared with you last time we met, I have switched employers. So I used to teach at Harvard. Now I am teaching at Northeastern University. And there's a bunch of new courses that I need to prepare. So I would like to use this time and this um, medium to prepare support material for some of the courses that I'm going to be teaching. And I just don't know yet. I'm still thinking of the curriculum, the syllabus, and what do I want to do about that. So I don't know. Basically, that's the long story short. Um, But so what are we going to do today? We're going to jump right into it. I don't know if you know, but Rhino 9 work in progress is already shipping. You can download it and it has a bunch of new features. So I'm not very much a plain Rhino person, let's put it that way, but I kind of enjoy checking it out and see where it is. So I would like to just download it, give it a try, see what new things you can do with Rhino 9, and that's fine. But, and that's perhaps where I would like to spend more time today, Rhino 9 is probably shipping with the alpha or the beta, or I don't know where it is right now, version of Grasshopper 2. And here in the channel, we did check out, where is this? We did check out Grasshopper. We did check out Grasshopper 2 a while ago. Where is the channel? We did check out Grasshopper 2 a while ago, and the video was called Unboxing Grasshopper 2. Exactly. And that was 3 years ago. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. It was so long ago. All right, so definitely it's right about time to check back on Grasshopper 2, see where it is, what kind of things you can do with it, and I don't know, and see if we are ready for using it a bit more systematically. Who knows? So I would like to do that right now today with all of you. If you have any questions, you feel free to drop them in the chat. I see Scott Valentine. Good to see you. How are you doing? And all the other wonderful campers. Reminder, we have a Discord server. It's pretty active. And you can also follow us on social media, where we haven't been very active lately, but just also have not been very active in general anywhere. So we need to streamline this process. So let's go back to Rhino, and I would like to make videos about this. So I wonder if we can make a video about unboxing Rhino 9, for example, and see how it looks, and another video on an update on the state of Grasshopper 2. If we make those two videos today, I will be super happy about it. So let's get started. So Rhino 9, download. And okay, so I guess Rhino is the work in progress. This information, so we're going to download this. Welcome to Serengeti. What is this? Download Rhino 9 work in progress. Wait, that post was from 2014? What? Okay. Do not uninstall Rhino 9. Format changes as Rhino should work until existing Grasshopper definition should work with Rhino 9. Just let us know if they don't. Okay. So I'm gonna log in with my account. I'm gonna do this privately if you don't mind. And no, I'm gonna do this exactly. No, jeez, exact. Okay, I just logged in. Very good. Hey, Andres. Good to see you. How you doing? It's been a while. What happened with you? Do you have any updates on your life after we spoke? Okay, so I'm downloading to my desktop. Uh, and I'm downloading to my desktop. It's taking. It's not very fast. It's gonna take a minute. So in the meantime, how's everyone doing? Any gossip? Any updates in your life? Anything you want to see from the channel? I'm very open right now. So if you want to see any videos, especially if they're like short, like one-offs or two-offs, small explorations, I'm very open to those. I still need to think what is the next big project. And then how to run Grasshopper 2. How to install Grasshopper 2. Someone has a video. Isma Sans parametric project. Okay, I don't know this channel. Interesting. Brute force versus optimization, organic. I should get better at creating nice cover videos. Yeah. Anyway, you need to install. Okay. Anyway, let's see if maybe I need to log in as well. No gossip, but I've been doing a lot of. I've not been doing too much gossip about lately, learning all about Comfy UI. We should definitely go and do some Comfy UI. We could definitely do some kind of available for testing, C Python. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so I downloaded it. Rhino 9, work in progress. You can download it as a package in Package Manager. You just did it before. I know, I just keep forgetting these things. So I'm going to install and Rhino work in progress, Rhino account. And I don't want to send anything. And I don't want to install new versions either. No. No, 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 no. To be honest, I have not done a lot of Grasshopper myself either. Is Git still under consideration? You know what? It is. It is because we should definitely get Git going. Did I just say that? We should definitely get Git going. We should definitely do that. And I don't think it would take that long. Like, maybe we could get Git done, or at least like the basics of Git in like a few live streams. It wouldn't take that much, I think. Um, that's a good one, Abdel Rahman. Okay, so we're installing. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. You know what would be cool? The moment they release Grasshopper 2, Alf, like release candidate or whatever, to redo the entire parametric modeling playlist. And the moment there is like a way to make plugins in Grasshopper 2 and a C# scripting and whatever, I'm not going to restart my computer. I'm sorry. And then we have Rhino, work in progress. Here, there you go. And then it's updating somewhere here on the other window. And yeah, right. Yeah, so a couple minor errors. Okay. So let's see what we got. So the icons look nicer. There's something about the icons, the colors, or something that looks nicer. So what is this? Grasshopper. Old grasshopper, still here. Okay, with all the components and everything. That looks great. Okay. And then I can see that I have hologram installed, but it's not working well. Firefly is also not working well. So no Kinect. Yeah, it's not gonna be good. And then I guess we could check what's new in Rhino 9. All right. New command, copy to clipboard add. It specifies a base point when copying Elmo. Reveals curves with more customizable options. Export block attributes, hatch pattern. Create a new pattern for curves. Delete and import patch. Next, activates the next detail view in a layout. Paste add. Previous details, set detail border. Split join cloud. Lets you draw a line to cut a point cloud into multiple parts. Stretch curve. Lets you select a curve control plane that are off with a crossing window. Toggle instant aliases. Temporary permanent enables and deliver instant. Oh, okay. That's cool. But I don't see. I mean, I don't see anything like significantly nicer from a geometry perspective. Like, for example, like shrink wrap in Rhino 8 was really cool and worked very well. It has actually helped me in a bunch of projects. Does anyone know of a cool feature? Does anyone know of a cool feature from Rhino 9 that we could test? Grasshopper. Material texture creation evaluator, component variable fillet, texture mapping, fields or NuGet, kerning and line spacing for annotations. Quick tour. The Rhino window. But this is generic, right? Command quick reference. Oof. No, 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 no. New data in Rhino 9 3 AM. Properties, layer. Okay. Online users guide. No. System requirements, video tutorials. Video tutorials. What's new in Rhino? Okay, Rhino 9, nothing. What's new in Rhino 8? I guess this was a video. Shrink wrap. You see, this was really, really nice. A really nice feature. This was a super nice feature. Modeling simplify rectilinear modeling. Okay, I don't know about that. Anyway, I wonder, are there any changes to the Rhino Grasshopper tab? That was a big and useful change in 8. Rhino Grasshopper tab. What do you mean? Launch Grasshopper player, list Grasshopper plugins. So the Grasshopper, Rhino Grasshopper tab, I'm not sure what you mean. You mean this tab or you mean this one here? I don't know. Let's download Grasshopper 2. Oh, CAD work Grasshopper. And Remo Sharp. Ah, nice. I guess it's not available for Rhino 9. it's already installed? No. Grasshopper 2, it's not Grasshopper. It's not here. So for some reason we cannot install it. Because if I open Rhino 8, and I go to the package manager, Grasshopper, you see I get Grasshopper 2, which I don't have. So basically it hasn't been updated in more than a year, Grasshopper 2. And it's not available in here. For some reason, I guess. There's something about compatibility or something, Grasshopper command. Yep, nope. Well, it's not there. Whoa, what a bummer. What a bummer. So we can't really and all of these are older versions. Up. Okay. Well, I don't know what to do now because Rhino 9, I don't know what cool features could we review. They don't seem to be very exciting to me, if you my honest opinion. What's new in Rhino 9? Okay, and new in Rhino 9. Now available for Windows and Mac. This is from April of 2024. They released this a year ago? Wow, okay. And okay, new markup command for annotation, implement layouts, a re-implemented patch command, new line types, direct 3D, display support, enhancements, features and manages to provide a new texture evaluator component for Grasshopper. Texture evaluator component for Grasshopper. When users refer to evaluating textures in Rhino, they're typically referring to in the context of I don't know. Enhancements, layouts, loose curve, offset, performance improvement, file I/O annotation. I mean, great. It looks like a lot of like fixes and improvements and performance, but I don't see, in my opinion, any like cool new geometry modeling feature of sorts. The patch change was supposed to be a big deal. Fine. But again, I'm not a person who's very interested in Rhino modeling or drafting and patches. Maybe not my thing. And if we can't try Grasshopper 2, or if there's no improvements or releases to Grasshopper 2 since July of what was that? Since July of what do I have here install? Since July of 2024, I'm kind of bummed. Okay. All right. So let's scratch trying Rhino 9 because as far as I'm concerned, not very interesting for me right now. Try including pre-releases, I guess. But this is the last release. I include pre-releases. Oh, you see, oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Maybe that's true. Grasshopper 2 include pre-releases. Oh, Abdelrahman, you saved the day. Very good. Why did I not see this? Okay, and that yes, exactly. We have a much more advanced Grasshopper 2 now ships with Rhino. Alrighty. Beautiful. Oh, sorry. Yep. No, we are gonna have some fun. Package manager, Grasshopper 2. That was kind of dumb. Thanks a lot, Adel. This is why I like doing this live with humans. All right, please restart Rhino. Okay, we're gonna close Rhino 8 too. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm excited again. All right, let's see what we got. And then this was Grasshopper 2. How did we start Grasshopper 2? I keep forgetting. Up, up, up. How do you start Grasshopper 2? GH2. I'm connected with all my generative geometry students at the University of Monterrey. Oh, well, uh, well, welcome everyone, all the students from, all of Andrés' students from la Universidad de Monterrey. Muy bienvenidos, todos. G2, Grasshopper 2. Mm-mm-mm. Nope. Okay. What am I doing? And did I install it? Package manager. Did I actually install it? Yes, it's installed here. Okay, installed. Beautiful. Okay, so how to run Grasshopper 2? G underscore G2. That was it. Underscore G2. Woo! Nice. What is this? Ooh. Um. Alrighty. Okay, this is still in alpha, it looks like. I'm going to maximize here. Beautiful. What is this? I don't know. Let's start simple. Let's pull out this tab and then we have in file, in view, show full names, show obscure. Yes, we want everything. We want to see every component. We have data, text, blah, blah, blah. We have, so let's go back to just exploring Grasshopper 2. Okay. So what do we have so far? We have options about sound mode preferences. Preferences aren't available yet. Okay. Username, whatever. So you may claim responsibility when comparing and otherwise analysis files. Okay. Plugins. Interesting. Looks like trigonometry. Looks like components are plugins themselves. That's kind of neat. Mathematics, mesh geometry, mathematics, assembly, 29 valid storables, no invalid. Okay. All right, fine. Then we got folder settings, and then it opens Grasshopper 2 with a bunch of uh, with a bunch of text files. So what we can see here is some kind of way of configuring What is this? Okay. Rhino plugin exclude. Okay, recent files. Recent files. Settings. Color picker GHS. So this is some kind of binary format. UI, also something in binary probably. Canvas names, dark mode, user days, whatever. Main editor, settings, top edge. All right. Component tabs, control, rows, control, open anyway, hex editor settings, row count, color picker, fine, whatever. Oh, Elenica. All right. Beautiful. Okay, so we have folders, documentation, resources, folders, documentation, logging, show log. Beginning of Grasshopper log on Friday, October 3rd, 2023. Na 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 na. Okay. All right, log dump. Interesting. I like that. Wipe log density, verbose, none. Okay, file, open, loaded, examine. I don't know what these are. Backup method, notes, document notes. Sure. Edit, paste exotic. Paste in place, center, wires, without inputs. This is nice. Examine the clipboard. What do I have in the clipboard? Nothing. What else? Select view, show full names. No. We're doing icons, and we all know this. Object labels, show obscure dark mode styling. Grasshopper default. Worm. What? Grasshopper. So these colors change. Wait. Let's see if that's true. Selection field, view, styling, worm. Nice. I like this. And then what else do we have? We have cool. We have calm. We have Rhino 8. And we have default, which I have to say I find the nicest of all. Beautiful. And then if it's not dark mode, then we have like, how do we feel about Grasshopper in dark mode? Because I've seen people use it. For some reason, I am a dark mode person, not internally, I mean in my computer. But for some reason, Grasshopper, I feel there's something about the light mode that highlights colors and make things a bit more legible as opposed to text. What is this? Oh, have you seen this transition? I hover over vector, then the vector tab opens up, and then if I click on it, then it becomes, that's very neat. I have to say, I think David Rotten, if David is still the one behind this, he's a pretty nice designer or graphic designer, or however you want to call this. What is this? Tangent lines? Oh boy. I may need to like not show this tangent lines. Jeez, I wonder if that's gonna make it to the final version. Surface, mesh, transform, display. Sorry, I got sidelined. We were at the vector tab, right? Or let's do this tab. This one has enough colors, yes. So, display settings. This is very nice. There's a lot of stuff here. I don't know what this is. This is slightly confusing. Color picker, diffuse. What is this? Oh, Spaces. Okay. Display rules, rule editor. What are these rules? I don't know what these rules are. Stroke instruction. I don't know what this. Display rules. Grasshopper documentation. Ooh. Rules. Display. Ooh. Display rules. No. But by the way, we saw this one again. I generate from tooltips, tangent lines to a point, points, tangency constraint, output, lines. Okay. Check-in curve. We have a video actually on how to do this manually at here at Parametric Camp. Polygon data glossary, specifications, topics, data, theory, color models, continuity. Whoa, this is nice. What is this? Color models, model categories, CMYK. Nice. Very nice. Luma Chromo, Cubase, continuity, geometric continuity. Wow, this is very nice. Coordinate systems, coordinate readings from Ptolemy's geography. Okay, this is very neat. Right hand system, unit vector, infinity angular systems, spherical coordinates, homogeneous systems, matrix multiplications, fractal systems, runtime complexity, big O notation, topological faults. Ooh, this is very nice. Non-manifold edges, duplicate indexing, data modifiers, metadata in polyline. Ooh, okay, metadata, terminology, names, colors, tangents. Okay. Display rule syntax. Oh, that's what we were looking at before. Display rules for material metadata ventilation. What is this? Command side. Import any rule by height shapes, filters. Looks like we're gonna need to do a bit more homework here. Viewport display, display settings, yada yada yada. This is gonna be absolute pin tolerance. Angular tolerance, display pin. What is a pin? Relative tolerance pin. A type of which are compatible with the relative tolerance pin. What is a pin? I wonder if a pin is like a new thing. And loop, repeat, linguistic culture pin. This topic provides a reference for linguistic culture pin. This pin, the linguistic culture override for operation involving language-specific and linguistic culture utilities pins. What is this thing pins? Can we go back to utilities, absolute tolerance, display gradient, relative tolerance, angular linguistic culture. So if I do absolute tolerance, and this is a pin, data in absolute pin drag region. Drag the pin from here to attach it to a compatible component. Up. An absolute tolerance overrides for one item defined internally. Enable, disable. So it looks like pins are kind of a new thing. Interesting. Okay. Display. All right, so we're gonna go back here. We were in the pins, unit system pin. Oh, unit system pin. Antipodal. Antiderivative. See, indefinitely integral. A vertically ambiguous integral of a function can only be used to calculate the area. Okay. So we have. All right. So that was the help. We were in styling, display rules, frame rate throttling. Okay. Solver, recompute, bake, drag, shape, help, documentation. That's where we were before. Automatic content, I don't know what that means. Custom folders, custom documentation folders, web caches, discourse forum, and Grasshopper 2. Looks like there's activity here in Grasshopper 2. New Grasshopper Alpha as of February. Being a lot way, but there's new components. It's being displayed in documentation. There's a lot of help files and a lot of new feature for those creating documentation. Display settings, several changes to the writing. A bunch of handcrafted components specific to document. Disable automatic content in the help menu if you do not wish to see automatically generated content. That's what this is. And you don't want to see automatically generated content, then you only see those components that are manual. Circle 3 points, circle from value. All right. This is kind of exciting. All right, so now let's go over the tabs. So we have data, generic, identifier, gradient, blah, 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 numeric, numbers, angles, complex, function, interval, C distribution, D distribution, random engine. Okay. Date, time, geometry, points, fields, point 2, in two-dimensional space, point, deform, non-linear deformation in three-dimensional space, transform, triangles, curves, tubes, meshes, text dot, a point in 3D space with text label inputs, slider, text input, preset picker, protractor, value list. Click and drag this crypt to horizontally resize this object. Okay. And then this guy, and then we can rename this here. Slider, boom. And then this goes to the auto-generated content, which we're gonna reactivate again. Display. So it has like these two modes. And what about this one? This one doesn't work. And this one doesn't work if I turn it back there. So I guess it's like a little bug. Okay. Then the precision. And what is this? Color picker. All right. So that's the color for that. Then sRGB, Ming, electric blue. Okay, let's say it's this one. CMYK, HSP. Oh, this is really nice. Look at this thing. How cool is this? I'm gonna say this again. I think David has a very nice design sensibility. Oh, look at this. Last Medici blue, shrimp pink, shrimp pink. And then this. Okay, we're gonna go for shrimp pink. But I guess changing back is not working. And then what is this? Oh, so percentile, numeric format, numeric value, standard formatting. Wait, normalized value. Oh, okay. So let's see. If this is from 1 to 100, look, from 1 to 50, let's say. Okay, so this, and then now if I type here, 1 is going to give me the percentile, 2 is going to give me the numeric value, which is the same as the first one, and then 3 is the normalized value, no matter what, even though if I plug it here, it's still the actual number. Okay, well, that's nice. And actually, before we move on, what do we have here? This is a name. Okay, I'm gonna save this file as, I don't know, Grasshopper2 tests. So that we have it here, and then threading, inspect and modify the multi-threading analysis. Okay. Number of threads, balanced, logical cores. Okay, so I'm trying things out. What is this? Decimal arithmetic, factorial arithmetic, point tessellations, solid union of boxes, curve offset operations. Okay, I don't know. Number of threads, multi-threading analysis, arithmetic. It takes statistics for 20 threads. It takes an average to complete this computation using 10 threads, which is 8% faster than one fewer threads and 87% than single thread. One thread per physical processor is generally speaking a sensible amount to use for multi-threading. The balance option in the Grasshopper thread set reverts this to the thread count. So I guess this is some kind of analysis that is running under the hood so that, okay, this is my guess. What we're seeing here is that this is a visualizer to analyze what the performance of Grasshopper in your computer is under a particular set of operations. So for A, it's arithmetic, which means it's probably analyzing, it's probably running like a bunch of floating point arithmetic operations in the background, and then it's running them with 1 thread, 2 threads, 3 threads, blah, blah, blah. And then it basically figures out that 10 threads is the most balanced operation way. And logical cores, this computer that I'm running on has 20 cores. You can see that if you go to, and you can see that if I open my, what is it called? If I open my task manager, you can see that Rhino is running crazy CPU. So it's running a lot of these. And then you can see that I have 20 cores that are all, if I shut this down, those cores are probably going to, yeah, go idle. Exactly. Because I just stopped the test and OBS is not even, so in Rhino, and Rhino is not even consuming resources anymore. You see the cores going down, and then if I turn this back on and I say I want reduced, actually no, I want balanced. So now, for example, and I was running arithmetic before. If I now do, for example, let's say I run factorial, big integer arithmetic, or point tessellations, or solid booleans, scalability of doing solid booleans, not a lot, curve, offsets. So it's basically running different operations in the background and measuring how efficient they are when run in different amounts of threads. That's what I think is happening here. Okay. Any questions? Any things you want to try? So, okay, we take a look at what about this? Solver. Enable the system-wide solver. Okay, so if I do that, then the solver is not working, and I get this indicator that I need to solve, blank. No solution has yet, or is not being computed for this document. I don't know what this means. Okay. This is probably okay. Display enable the current document, display wires, display meshes, snap objects, drag shape, enable viewport dragging of shapes in persistent data. Okay. No failures. All right, we may want to explore that later. I can see that the plugins are not showing up. Can we see? This is from, this time stamp is not great. Grasshopper sandbox mode. What is sandbox mode? I don't know what the difference is. With plugins, install a plugin manually. Plugin file RHP. Okay. Grasshopper compatible plugin to install RHP. Grasshopper 2 plugins RHP plugin development support. All right, let's talk about this. We've been exploring since what is a pair? When and why is anything tentative in the UI? Do you have any timelines for refactor to help support the following data trees, SDK? There's a component. Another question: how to do I override? Pranit Mathur, whom estimation of a value if its metadata tentative is the blue junk you see when a wire drag approaches a component with variable inputs and outputs. Nothing solid, still breaking the SDK almost every week. And within 1 year, once we got into beta, the focus would be on adding missing components, fixing bugs, and adding missing small stuff like specific undo records. No more major changes then. Here's code for a component which adds a grid underneath. Okay, so I guess this would be the thread to learn how to write Grasshopper components. Well, I guess. New Grasshopper, Alpha, February. Okay, what about plugin? RHP, no. What about here? Pranit Mantur, Grasshopper Alpha plugin. Okay, so he figured out a way. Project setup. How do I know Pranit? Have we met or have we talked or yeah? Oh yeah, because yeah, I was in an interview. We had an interview a while ago. Yeah. He runs parametric architecture, no, or something. Does anyone know Pranit? API, finishing up, share your opinion. Okay. Native plugin development. Do, 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 do. All right. Geometric intuition, experience. All right, so we could maybe take a look at his blog post and try to make a plugin for Grasshopper 2. That would be cool. And okay. Right, so that's research for the future. Let's keep looking at basic things here. So we got sliders, we got the panel. So I think basically today the live stream is going to be about tinkering with Grasshopper 2 and seeing what's new and learning, and maybe we can do like a new playlist or something, custom name. All right, panel name. What is the documentation? Panel contains blah, blah, blah. Beautiful. Oh, right. So what happened? I changed the name, it's not working. Okay. Layout. Display all inputs in separate horizontally aligned columns. I don't know what that is. Let's say I create a list of data, like a sequence, numerical sequence, for example. Resultant number sequence items defined internally. Self-referential sequence indicator. In other words, sequences containing SN statements. I don't understand that. So then let's just go to the documentation. So this is auto-generated. Sequence formula. Using SN to specify elements in the sequence relative to N. So this is text. Okay, so and I cannot write in this panel. So is there like a text input? Oh, there was a new input, text input. Exactly. Your text here. How can I write my text there? Here, okay, so natural factorial. Okay. So let's naturals input parameters SF primes. Let's do primes. Okay. Pop. Nope. Not working. Process errors. Does the Rhino 8 Grasshopper 2 have all components that is in the Rhino 9? No. Nabil. You may have joined a little later. We just found out that Grasshopper 2 in Rhino 8 has not been updated since July of 2024. at which point we believe that David Rotten started updating Grasshopper 2 or Rhino 9 only, which is what we are checking here. So I assume that in that 1 year of development, a lot of good things have happened. I don't. So okay. So I don't know what just happened. I feel like there's just so much new stuff. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing here right now. So all right. So then process error, and I don't know what this process error is. So this is text, uh, form, and first line handling, one value per line, multi-line text block, no, one value per line, escaping, escape arrows, replace hyphens, replace pilcrow characters with O's, specific line breaks, replace triple with ellipses, nope, replace escape tabs, escape breaks, escape code points. Okay. This is, you can drag here. This is to drag. This is to drag the way up. Oh, okay. And how do I disconnect this? All right. How do I? Okay, so I guess, oh, because I can click on a wire. That was not a possibility. Do you think David would like to join you to a talk about what he was excited about when creating Grasshopper 2? Maybe. Uh, but as far as my understanding goes, from what I've heard, David is not a person who enjoys a lot the spotlight. So I don't know that he would be happy or interested in joining a live stream or a conversation, but we could try it. That would be fantastic for sure. Okay, so this is, all right. So if I do, no, if I press, if I add here a panel, this is the text. Okay. And if I, can I turn this into text to make sure? No, it's not working. Okay, so I don't know how to modify that or what it does. In initial sequence setup, no internal data, length of final sequence. What is n? What data type is n? Numeric. What is numeric? Numeric value. This parameter supports many different kinds of numbers, including decimal, limited angles, and complex numbers. Initial sequence setup. So I guess that would be a slider with natural values from 0 to 100, for example. Why not? And initial setup, length of the final sequence. So that's going to be 39 elements. And this is going to be number sequence. I don't think I'm using this correctly. I don't think this sequence, number sequence, is the same number sequence that that we used to know in the previous. Let's see, sequences, range, number sequence, part of the method, range from notation, s n minus greater potential is self-referential number sequence. Resulting number sequence, self-referential sequence in either case, if sequence is containing. I don't understand this. Create potentially self-reference formula using Sn to specify elements in the sequence relative to n. Maybe some kind of text where you specify kind of the sort of a formula with some kind of notation. Okay, so what is the default value? Can we extract the data? Okay, and then if we extract the data, what this data says is n. Initial reference setup. Length of the final sequence. Oh, I see. Okay, so what if I do the following? What if I do n plus 1? No. Wait. Something has changed here. So, all right, let's remove. Let's start simple. If we plug n, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. If we plug n plus 1 plus 2, then we basically sequence formula using S n to specify elements in the relative sequence relative to n. Minus 2. What if I do minus 2? Then they're all minus 2. What if I do n minus 2? I only modify the first one. Use it like 2 times. Yeah, but I think it only affects the first value. After that, so n is basically 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that what it is? So if I do n times n, then it's square values. If I do 2 times n, so it's basically, I see. It's like I. It's just that also weirdly, it starts, I is not 0. It starts at 1, which is kind of strange to me. But, I mean, we could just do n minus 1, and then we start at 0, I guess. And this is the first value, which gets overwritten. It doesn't become n. That is strange. And self-referential. How do we do self-referential? Boolean. Even numbers of power. I don't understand the bracket notation here. Half-life decay. Oh, because S refers to the element in the sequence. Fibonacci. Wait. Oh, wait. So this was not properly formatted. So this is, oh, sorry. That's why. Naturals, even number. Oh, okay. So there was a formatting issue. Okay, so let's start. This is, and let's remove this. Okay, this is natural numbers. And this is, I see now. And then there is a sequence. So Fibonacci is take the previous element from the sequence and add the one before that. Server without initial setup, and then the initial setup here is the value of 0 or the value of, how can oh, I cannot double click and type here the number 1. That's kind of not nice. Okay, so that's the Fibonacci sequence. Do I have to have these things? Number, integer. Okay. Show. Yeah, display the values. Yes. What are these? Display the metadata of the values in the panel. Okay. I kind of don't like this thing. It's a little distracting. Okay. All right, so if we wanted to make a sequence of numbers, if I want to make a sequence of numbers from 0 to 100 in intervals of 10, how do I do that? From 100 to 200 in intervals of 10. So I'm going to be, okay. So here, this is 100, and this is 200, 200, and at intervals of 10. Yeah, there you go. How would I do that? Well, I would go to sequence, and maybe at this point sequence is not anymore the right tool here. Maybe David thought that switching to ranges is a better way of doing this. But let's just try. So here the way to do this would be text input from 100 to 200. Yeah. And then a panel sequence here, because I guess the sequence is always fed the number 1, 2, 3, 4 for naturals. So technically speaking, we would have to write here n plus 100, right? That would start at 100. Actually, I would like to start at 99, and then you do plus n, which is plus 10 times n minus 1. Why is it 11? Oh, because I guess I have to subtract 1 from the whole thing. And yep. And still not. Okay. Why is it 11? Okay, what am I doing wrong here? So n here is 1, all right? 1, so that's 101 plus, okay, so 99, so that's 100 plus, so that's 100, and then, okay, so when this is 2, this is 101. Plus 20, okay. So I guess this doesn't work. Okay, so then, yeah, so this is simply 100 plus this. Yeah, I was just making it overly complicated. And I cannot control this with sliders. So I don't think this is the tool anymore. I think now ranges are the way to go. List to track, what is this? Create a range of equally spaced values which tracks a list of data. No. Range from limits. Range from limits. Okay. Limits, first value, last value. So that would be this, this, and this. classic number of steps, and then you would get this exactly. You would get this, which is closer. But what if I wanted the gap range from steps? So first value in the range, increment between successive. Oh, I see. So that, let's say I wanted to do 5, I guess, yes. So 5, now 10, and then the value of 5, and then I get another value here, which is ranges, which is, okay. So number of steps in the range. Step size, number of steps. Yeah. Range from notation. What is notation? Oh, range from notation. You can kind of write here text input. You can write 100 to 200. And it probably generates this. Yeah. And it probably uses some kind of Python-like notation. Like no. Okay, I don't know what the type of notation here would be. And because it doesn't really, yep, we don't have help here. Okay, beautiful. Oh no, I'm not, why am I deleting everything? Okay. That was quite, that's a change from series and ranges as we know them in regular Grasshopper. Interesting. Alrighty. So why was I doing this? I was doing this because uh, uh, I don't remember anymore. No mixing any metadata from the inputs to the outputs. What is metadata? Okay. Default, using default mixing recipe, full mixing, transfer, custom mixing, custom recipe. Okay. Mixing rules. Okay. Baking, there's no baking here. All right. Okay. Operator, addition, subtraction, list, square. This is everything you would expect. Less than, greater than, equality, number similarity, sequence, trigonometry. The cross product is here now? Interesting. Sequence, trigonometry. Random integers, random avoidance, random integer 3, random number 3, Dirichlet distribution, random Cartesian points, random towards a rectangle. Statistics, mean, statistics. Lulu, correlation, quartiles, weighted average. Whoa. Compute a set of quartiles for a collection of numbers. Okay. So what about this collection of numbers? All right, so let's see. We have panel. What is that's the minimum, the first quartile, the second oh, that's what the columns are for. Ah, interesting. And then if I choose one column, then I see. Interesting. Beautiful. Okay. Then what else do we have? Mean, binomial, Cauchy, students, distribution, chi, triangular, Wigner. Wow, looks like the stats are really revamped here. Distribution statistics. So what about this? We got textual description of distribution. Oh, continuous distribution. No, but how do I create a distribution? Geometric. Oh, the probability density function and the cumulative density function. That's pretty cool. Of a continuous distribution. But how do I define a continuous distribution? Well, there is this object, a continuous statistical probability distribution. We could totally do a section of data science and basic statistics. That would be really cool. How are we doing that? Random numbers, functions. Well, we could do this. Parabola function is a function, cumulative distribution, continuous distribution. How do I define a continuous distribution? Distribution functions. But I need to define a CD. And how do I define a CD? No. Statistics. Collection of numbers, like this one. The mean, the mode, the median, the standard deviation. Function, evaluate integral function chain, cosine, move function, special logarithm, greatest common, smooth, logit, error, beta, cubic roots, gamma, Hankels, complex numbers, scripting, evaluate expression. Ooh. Expression, sine and cosine, interesting. Expand expression. What is this? Expression coded to expand. Expand into compilable using system. What? What is this? This looks very cool. So text input. So it looks like this expression component can take an expression and create code that can be run to create that expression. That is pretty neat. Let me text input. All right, so here you're gonna do, yeah, sine of x plus cosine of y, all of this power to 5, for example, something like that, I don't know. Okay, and then I'm going to add a number slider and another number slider, and the result is going to be whatever, right? 4 point something. And then if I plug the expression here, we have first code using Rhino, using Grasshopper extensions, blah, blah, blah. Interesting. Public steel class compile expression, Grasshopper 2 expressions, runtime, public object process, resolver, dynamic X, dynamic Y, race, maths. Ooh, so it has basically compiled the arithmetic expression into some kind of one-liner that uses Grasshopper expression methods like power, I guess raise means power, sign. Ooh, this is very interesting. And what is UD? Undeclared. Undeclared variables, this must either resolve to an expression argument or a global value. And what is this? Error message in case of expansion failure. Let's say that I write here foo. This is not gonna fly. This is not gonna fly. It still compiles, and then probably we get an error here. Syntax error. Yep, because race cannot take 3 arguments, because foo is believed to be a variable, right? Exactly. Foo is thought to be a variable, and then it cannot basically compile that. Interesting. This is pretty cool. Okay. Scripting. What about actual scripting? Can we write C# here? Scribble, description. No, not yet. Oh, C#, Python. Panel tree viewer, scribble. Relay. Math, sequence trigonometry, data, metric, order, list, tree, meta, sets. Text, analysis, create, operator, vector, curve, surface. Yeah, I guess we still don't have scripting components here, don't we? Transform, display, scene time. What is this? Crowd? Weird boundary. I don't know what this is. What about people? Can I get people? Draw more figurine in the viewport. And where is the figuring? Open mesh with blah blah blah. Wait, what? Wait, this is very random. Okay. Draw a model figurine in the viewport. Optional person figurine. If omitted, a random figurine would be chosen. Okay. Not enable. What about this one? Not enable. Do we have more than one? Random. Looks like we don't. Optional person figurine. How many persons do we have? This is kind of random. Okay, what about a car? Oh, car. Okay, base plane, vehicle, optional if a random vehicle will be chosen. Okay, what about traffic? What is traffic? Non-reference bug, road center lines, optional vehicle filter. Did we had something? No. The roads. And a seasonal cue for scenic model object. Spring. Okay, an idea. A shading and color override for scenic model objects. Wait. Let's bring back the person. Style. Full color. And if I remove this, season, spring. What if I do winter? And drag the pin from here to attach it to a compatible. So this guy just got a jacket. Okay, this is pretty interesting. So the pin's basically attached to, so if I do a text input here, can I just write here, summer? No. Process error. I guess you cannot plug in things. I guess, I don't know. What about summer? What about fall? Or maybe fall doesn't work. Autumn. Autumn is, we were the same as in spring, which is not the same as summer, which is not the same as winter. This is quite funny. Okay, what about this guy? So, toggle pin, attach or detach a season pin. Toggle pin, attach or detach a unit system pin. Okay, so I'm going to, okay, I'm going to attach this here. Have names or tags to select from. And what are the name options? Nabil, do you know how can we see which options are available for figurines? And then this person in the helper. Good. Okay. All right. Yes. So read the documentation. Okay. Figurines, similarly, standard figurines. Oh, wait. There's all of this. Open the specification for the preset picker. Okay, preset picker. As a text, right? Grant mom. Well, let's create a picker. Preset picker, and then how do I change the picker? Okay, figurine, but how do I select? How do I click to change the? It's not working for me. Is this not working yet? Connect it to it. Wow. Okay. How do you know this, Nabil? Have you been reading the documentation? Do you know about this? Okay. Damn, father, friends, granddad, grandmom, yoggers, lovers, mother, pupil, shopper, stander, stroller, dogger, tourist, traveler, walker, watcher, wheelchair, worker. I tried this when it released. Okay, interesting. All right, so I guess if we drop a picker, preset picker for the season, all right, okay, sorry, I'm gonna plug this in here. Spring, summer, autumn. This is so funny. Look at this winter lady. Look at this autumn lady with the boots. Summer, and then spring. Can I say this is hilarious? Spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And then, wait. So these models are released Creative Commons? Wait, what? 20 standard models created by Ethan Ronaldson according to specs. This is very, very funny. So wait, so then if we do the car thing, we're also going to get kind of, no? So place a vehicle. So if I also drop a picker, a preset picker on the vehicle, we're going to get hatchback 1. Wait, and this is color, hatchback 2, coupe, SUV, city car, minivan, camper van, police, city bus. This is really, really funny. Okay, all right. Well, that was a lot. Oh, I like, you see how you zoom out and then basically the logo, the icon just becomes the full thing? That's pretty neat too. You can drag the definition from the documentation to test it. I found this very useful to learn. All right, so let me, for example, let's see. Let's find for the documentation here. Okay, this one. Value expression. Okay, let's look for something that doesn't have intersect random. Did distribution? No. But I don't want auto-generated content. No. Mesh analysis, closeness, no. Documentation. For example, can you drop this here? Yeah, thanks, Scott. Bye. That's very useful. You're right. Nabil. Interesting. Each point has been assigned metadata under the name distance. Each point has been assigned metadata and the name distance with a value which equals the distance from that point to the circle. There's a display rule in effect which maps these values into a gradient whose domain. All right, so let's see. Point distribution. This panel contains data, okay? And then there is a circle. And then what is this? Pull a point to the nearest shape. And this is hidden. Can I? Okay, so you pull them here. You calculate the distance. And then, what is this? Meta from inputs. Create metadata out of all inputs. Metadata is this distance, and then assign metadata. Every point gets metadata, so I'm assuming that now I'm going to see a panel with all the points and this metadata here that I can turn on right there. I see. Okay. How about the coloring? This is the coloring? Okay. Distance, index. Okay. So this is for metadata. Wait. So this is a new file. Where is my previous file? Close file. No. And then I go back to this one. Interesting. We need to spend more quality time with Grasshopper 2. It's kind of cool. Intersection. Region. Voronoi. Relation. Oh. Okay. Inputs, toggle, value list, protractor, panel histogram, tree viewer, data from file, loop break, loop retreat, a repeater, override for looping clusters. Math operator. Sequence, trigonometry, random integers, statistics functions, polynomial function. Polynomial coefficients, a list of coefficients, and then we have the function. Okay, so let's say we do coefficient 1, 2, and 5. It's multi-line. Our function now is, and it just maps. Let's do a simpler function like x cube. So the first coefficient would be cube, 0, square, 0, 1, and 0, 1. Okay, so that would be wait, what? Order from lowest to highest degree. Ah, so it's in inverse order. Okay, so then it should be 0, 0, 0, and 1 to get a, yeah, and yeah, so this would be, because if I'm trying to make, okay, so let's do a parabola. A simple parabola should be something like this, okay. And then what can we do with functions now? So we have the function. We do the derivative of a function, the function to evaluate. And this is 1, and where do the get the derivative? 2x indicates it's an approximation, it's false. So I get the actual function, not the evaluation of the derivative. So the function, so if I evaluate this function at parameter 0, the derivative should be 0. Should be 1 because 0, no. derivative, the slope. Wait, at 0, it should be 0, exactly. The derivative at 0.5 should be 1 because it's 45 degrees. And then it just increments. I see. That's interesting. Well, now you can do calculus in Grasshopper. That's pretty neat too. Evaluate the integral function, integral. Okay, so the integral is going to be this plus a okay, linear function, parabola function, which is what we just did, quadratic argument, horizontal argument, offset. Okay, the function, and then what can we do with functions? A linear function, triangle, absolute noise function, mirror function, transition function, move function. Can we plot functions? Can we use them as cumulative distributions? It would be really cool to make some kind of like data science list with Grasshopper where we do like some simple statistics and we find correlations. Can we do correlations? Oh yeah, we can. Nice. Compute the correlation between two sets of values. First, second, correlation algorithm, Pearson. Yeah, and then if we plug the picker, then we have here what the options are. Pearson, Spearman. Okay. Nice. And then we get the correlation measure. Can we do scatter plots or like, I mean, are we at this point going to get into this kind of data visualization sort of situation? Let's say I generate a list of random numbers. Random numbers, like 100 random numbers. And then I generate another one. This one is, they're both the same because I have the same random seed. Shoshiro, random engine. Okay, and then here we have what a picker, preset picker, Shoshiro, and then we have all these options here. The seed, so that's going to be the random engine that we use, and the seed is going to be some number. Can I do? Yeah, okay. So that's two different lists now. And the correlation here should be very close to 0. Yeah, it's actually negative. And if I plot this as points, right? Point, where is data? Vector, plane, point. Point X, Y, Z. X and Y, you can see that they are not correlated at all. I still have the car. Well, I still have the car. All right, visible. Okay, and you can see that the correlation is -13, which is basically, can we do regression here? Regression, no, we cannot. But it could be easy to implement. That could be an interesting playlist. Data science in Grasshopper. How to analyze data sets. Uh, all right. Okay, folks. It's 12 here. I have to go. This was really interesting. I'm excited about Grasshopper too. I wonder what's going on. Let's do a real quick. Let's do a real quick like what's going on with uh, Grasshopper 2. Documentation. We set Grasshopper 2. Discourse forum. What is this 75 here? Oops, sorry. Remove fading menus. Yeah. Object type casting request handled quite nicely and reliable. Here in this respect. Here are my custom components. A collection of surfaces being passed out as generic output. I'm unable to cast this generic. Yeah. Creating custom fields. Remote control panel, which is in the feedback. I guess this is. Mm-hmm. In February. That was a big release. Uh, adding an extra toolbar which sums the X in your current viewer into some custom file. Well, this conversation is still going. Wow, lots to read here. Fantastic. Well, thanks to everyone. It was wonderful to see you. I need to go. I need to keep going today. I'm excited about Grasshopper 2. I think it's gonna be cool. I'm already liking it a lot actually. And the design of the interface is looking gorgeous as hell. And I like some of the options. I wonder what's left to do. Um, anyway, all right. I think with that, we're not gonna get any video out of this stream, but I think it's fine. I think I just want to get the wheel going and make sure that I stream every week again. Anyway, thanks a lot, everyone. I'll see you next week. Is that true? I think so. Yes. Thank you very much. Bye bye.